Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Don't forget to like, listen, subscribe. Thanks for everybody that listens to our show. Don't forget to catch us every Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, here live in studio. We're going to do it on Zoom. Make sure you bring your cameras on. We want to hear from you. We want to see you. You can't block out your picture or else we're going to just drop you from the live. We want to hear how you're feeling about the election. Have you voted yet? Have you voted yet, Senor Wesley?
Not yet. I'm going to go ahead and drop mine off at the polling station, man. We're going to see what's good. I'm voting Kamala. I'm going to keep it real out there. You ain't got to tell people who you're voting for. I'm voting Kamala. I'm voting mostly Democratic down the line. I really that's just my thing for right now. If I find a Republican that I like and that expounds things for the people, actually, instead of just saying I'm gonna give you tax cuts, and in reality the same tax cuts you're probably only getting $1,000 back a year, maybe, or $800 back a year in those tax cuts, but the millionaires and billionaires are getting billions. But of course they make more money, which they should, but at the same time we're watching how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer when it comes to price increases versus the price of goods versus the price of how much people actually make at work and how much they're actually getting in raises at work. There's a problem.
Yeah,
there's a big problem. So that's just my thing right there.
So starting off here, you go ahead, sir.
Yeah, starting off, man. Pretty crazy night tonight. Israel launches strikes on targets in Iran, risking escalation in Mideast wars. Iran closed the country's airspace early Saturday after an attack by Israel. The urgent advisory was sent to pilots and seen by the Associated Press. Iranian state media did not acknowledge this country's airspace had been closed. Flight tracking data analyzed by the AP showed commercial airlines have broadly left the skies over Iran after the attack. This is a breaking news update.
Yeah, man. So they've bombed Tehran, and Nevatin, and so the whole thing, Iran had came out and said, "Yo, if you bomb anything over here that you ain't supposed to bomb, we're gonna cut off all the oil supply coming out of here." And what that's gonna do is gonna make your gas $20 and $20 a gallon.
Yeah, they control the Strait of Hormuz, which is like, I want to say like either 60 or 70% of the world's oil travels through the Strait of Hormuz. So I mean, this is what affect the entire world. I mean, and so this is not something that anyone wants to see, especially this close to an election. If I'm the American, if I'm Joe Biden, if I'm Kamala Harris, I'm explicitly letting you know, if you do this, then I know you're really working with Donald Trump, like they say that Netanyahu is working with Donald Trump, the Israeli prime minister. They've said that him and Donald Trump have a gentleman's agreement, I guess, that for him to keep the war going in order for it to make it look bad on Kamala Harris and the Democrats.
He's done a lot of that. Think about it. Don't fix the border because it's going to make me look bad. Don't agree to a deal to fund the government because it's going to make me look bad. Don't let them stop the genocide because it's going to make me look bad. That's great. He's not caring about the American interest. If I was Donald Trump, I'm an intelligent man, I'd be like, yeah, I told him to do the border deal. I told him to fund the government, and I stopped the war, and I'm not even president. Think about what I could do if I was president.
Absolutely. I wanted to make sure America was safe, so this is what we went out and made sure it happened.
Yeah, and when I become president, we can do more and get more going.
He's all about him. You look at how he handled COVID, but let's get back to this attack right here. This attack is, they said they basically Israel launched airstrikes early Saturday on what it described as military targets in Iran. So they didn't attack any oil fields. That's one thing that Biden and the Biden administration asked them not to do, and they also looks like they didn't attack any nuclear sites. So that's another thing they asked them not to do as well, because you start attacking nuclear sites, then why don't I just launch what I got? At that point in time, okay, this is the things you want to do, because if you attack someone's nuclear sites, that's gonna also bleed out nuclear, like fumes and just gases as well too. So that might not be a good thing for them. That might just make them want to, escalate the war even further, because now you're trying to put them in even more harm's way by saying, okay, I'm gonna take out your nuclear facility so you can't attack me if I chose to nuke you. So it's just this to me right now, honestly, We're telling Iran they can't. You guys better not do anything back when they attack you. That's like saying let somebody walk in. If you go to school and you walk in and somebody slap you, and then you're not supposed to. Somebody tells you, and you better not slap them back.
Yeah, the U.S. has handled this poorly. They're like, hey, they're going to shoot missiles at you, but you better not do nothing, or else we'll bomb you back. All these countries need to bomb back Israel. Bomb them back. America can't do nothing. They can't drag us. That's the whole thing. America can't get into a war this close to the election. Everybody has about a week to do whatever they want to do before things pop off.
So at the end of the day, for the interest of Israel, I think we'll step over lines for them. I mean, I watched the town hall. Yeah, I watched the town hall. I think it might have been a CNN town hall or something like that, where Kamala Harris was on there, and this woman asked her, about the Palestinians and what more we can do and how she felt about it, and the way she danced around the question made me sick. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was just looking at it like, man, this is how hamstrung these people have our politicians, where they can't. A Republican would be like, this is about October 7th. They'll go hard. They'll be like, this is about October 7th. We're Israel, blah 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 blah. We're full throated behind Israel. But she tried to dance around it to not give too much of a sense of we're not behind behind Israel. And we want to help the Palestinians. She made it. It just was
she has to do what she has to do. And just like Van Jones said it, he's like, look, they're not taking the same test. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is allowed to be lawless, and she has to be flawless. And I've said it many times before on the show. It's like Republicans don't care who they put in front of there as long as they got the power. And the Democrats want this perfect person. Perfect person. All the boxes. And that person, it's invisible. It's never going to happen. We're not perfect.
That's a very good point, man. But you see why, though? Because look at the people who they cater to. They cater to people who care about other people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that's the problem too. The people be like, "Oh, why would you say that?" My friend, I know people that would be offended by that. No, the person that's offended by that needs to speak up. That's what's wrong with us now. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always saying this person would be offended, that person would be offended. I don't hear them speaking up because you know why? They're not offended.
But you got to understand, like, the reason why I believe that most Black Americans are. I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm gonna speak for myself as a Black American. Are Democratic. It's because we understand. We've been through the struggle. A lot of us have. We've come from nothing. Our family members don't have a lot, so we understand why people need assistance in some cases. Why people need a leg up, or why we understand why there's what is it called? That was not so much. It wasn't called DEI before. What was it called before? I can't remember. But we understand
critical race theory.
No. It's but we understand why they have to help us. We understand why they have to help put us in positions that matter. And so at the end of the day, when we're sitting back, we're voting based off of those principles right there. We're not voting based off of just our own pocketbook. We're voting based off of our families too, because a lot of times we have to help take care of our families. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and only the family.
What'd you say?
Only the family.
But in all honesty, that's why we're very much behind that. It's not that we're so much as, oh, this person would be offended, this person would be offended, because the offense was once pointed at us only, mostly. It was once like, oh, we just called this name to these people.
They're still allowed to be offensive to us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They still are. They just skipped over us and be like, oh, you can't even say nothing bad about the gays. You get more trouble for that than you say calling somebody a nigger. You know what I'm saying? And I said it with a hard ER, because every time I hear somebody that's not black say it, I say it with a hard ER. I want you to be as uncomfortable as I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't let you say that in front of my grandma. You wouldn't say that in front of your friend's grandma. You know what I'm saying? Most people that say that, they're in a phase in their life.
Yeah.
And it's not working out. But